Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bethany. Thank you for joining me today. I'm actually doing another reading based on the new moon in Gemini, which is today, the day I'm recording it, and that it will be posted. The reason is because it feels like an important one, and all the astrologers that I follow that I've been reading about have also said that it's a little bit more potent than, every other new moon. So I wanted to dive in and see how we can utilize this energy in the best way for ourselves, especially coming out of the messages that were in the reading from yesterday. So if you haven't watched that one, go ahead and watch it, because it looks like we were letting go of some old energies by walking away from a relationship or from something, and then realizing that that thing was actually possibly good for us, or it was knowing that you walked away from that thing and that something new is going to be coming in. So planting new intentions for something to come in. It's like when we do have to walk away from something or manifesting something, the energy to have is always, okay, this or better, right? So because sometimes what we think we want may not actually be what is best for us. Or there's something better, or we're not dreaming big enough, right? I don't know about you, but the way that maybe we were conditioned is that we sometimes think, oh, that's not possible, or I'm asking for too much. But ask and you shall receive. All right, so 2 5s came out. It's funny because I have some background music on just to like help me focus and whatnot, and I almost played a like 5 hertz and I was like, no, I don't really want to feel that. But so change is afoot. 5s represent change, and change is uncomfortable no matter which way you shake it. So all the 5s in the tarot are not necessarily desirable energies to have, right? But we have to go through it in order to ascend and to grow. So in order to ascend, we have to first descend, right? So if you want to get to higher levels of consciousness, you have to kind of dig deeper. So it's like, it's that pendulum swing. If you want to get higher, you're going to have to first go deeper and see what you need to release, or see what you haven't looked at before in the depths, and then you can elevate higher. So the first card that came out is the 5 of Swords. So it's possible right now that this is bringing up, and again, it's the new moon in Gemini. Gemini is an air sign. So all air signs are very logical. They can be in their heads a lot, overthink. So this could be what is coming up during this time. It could also be like, I'm feeling like scattered mental energy, but this can also be like people playing mind games. This card isn't usually about lying, but it can be about that. Like people deliberately trying to like mess with you, like gaslighting kind of energy, or just play tricks on you in order to confuse you. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles, which is collaboration, teamwork, co-creation, working together with other people for something. And then we have the 5 of Cups, so another 5, and this is looking at the past, things that didn't work out, feeling sad. So what do these mean together? I feel that you invested your energy in something in the past that, actually I'm going to clarify today I have more of my decks out. I just moved, so I like didn't have a lot of my decks out and available to me. So I was like, I haven't used my Crystal Visions Tarot in a while, and I'm excited to use that. So I'm going to clarify some things. Actually may clarify this 3 spread right now, but what I was getting was something you invested your time and energy into when it came to like a partnership or creating something with other people. And it may not even be just like, it could be specific instances, or it could be multiple instances, and it's like a general energy that's coming up. I just need a drink of water, hold on. It's like, oh, every time I have tried to work with someone in the past and it never works out, whether that's like career, or love, right? Because we're in partnerships with our romantic interests as well. You're like, it never works out, or that person I felt like that person deliberately tried to mess with me. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this has to do with possibly work, because we're coming up as the Queen of Pentacles in terms of like, maybe you lost money. I feel like there's been like confusion around why something didn't work out, and let me get one more to clarify. Why something didn't work out when it comes to career or money when you were working with other people, and you always felt like, well, you got the shit end of the stick. The Four of Pentacles. So this is being guarded, holding on to something too tightly. I don't know if this is your energy. It could be your energy. Let me get one more. The Ace of Cups. It was teaching you and there's one. Okay, yeah. So underneath the Ace of Cups was the Four of Swords. It's you realizing you were investing your time and energy into something that didn't fill your cup, and it left you feeling depleted and guarded, and you actually ended up closing yourself off energetically within these connections, these collaborations, without necessarily realizing it, because it wasn't actually the right collaboration for you. But for whatever reason, you didn't see that at the time. But I get that it was, again, divinely guided. It's not like you made a mistake and you wasted your time. It was like you got something from, I wish I had closed the blinds. You had got something from this was like you're descending, right? This is what you had to descend into in order to then rise up. So that's why things didn't work out. It was like you had to experience these 5 energies, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, in order to ascend and to realize where you weren't. You had to take a pause. Like, this is resting your mind, right? So filling your own cup. And it's, you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, which is, she's grounded, nurturing, she's stable, she's abundant. Like, you show up as that energy, but there was something blocking it, or you were blocking it, or you were being blocked by the universe or just yourself. Okay, I apologize. I need to get up and close the blinds because it's starting to get in my eyes. Hold on. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Okay, I'm back. So, what was I saying? You were already, I feel like people wanted to work with you, and because of this reason, and I kind of feel like you felt like you got this shit under the stick. It was like you put your time and energy into collaborating with something, and it was like those people then somehow elevated, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't it work for me? Why did they get this? I mean, it's okay to feel that. It's okay. I feel like it's not that you were being ungrateful or that you were not happy for the other people. It was just more of a like, what the fuck, universe? Like, I put my time and energy into investing in this, and I end up, kind of down in the dumps, and these people end up at a higher level, at least from your perspective. But what you were gaining from it was, I want to get more on these cards though, because I do feel like what you were gaining from it was realizing, okay, this didn't fill my cup. So you had to realize what does fill your cup, and also giving you time to heal and rest, and specifically your mind. It was like you needed to take it. No, I want to get one more before I say whatever I was going to say, because they're stopping me from saying it. So I'm going to be a good girl and listen. You were working yourself a little bit too hard for other people. And when you are tired, energetically, mentally, like physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever, you tend to shut down, close off. And that's what was happening. You were kind of overworking yourself. And so the sun is happiness, it's joy, it could be Leo energy, but to me, this is like you were, in order to get your joy back, you needed, and to like get back into your joyful, radiant self, you needed to rest and fill your own cup. And that's why you had to descend. It was almost like you were a little bit too stubborn in pushing yourself to do something with other people, for other people, that wasn't going to work for you. It was like you were so laser focused on like, I already started this thing and I'm committed and I'm loyal. Maybe you're a fixed sign like me. I'm an Aquarius. I think Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. What's the other fixed sign? Wait, who am I missing? I have air, water, pentacles. What am I missing? Fire. What's the fixed fire sign? Sag? No. Leo? I think it's Leo. So it was almost like you were fixed, set, committed. You're, maybe you have fixed energy in your chart, and it was like, no, I gotta complete this. I have to keep going. And the universe was like, had to force you, almost like it interfered in that it caused other people to fuck things up for you or to be a certain way so that you could see what you were doing and to stop and to disconnect from this energy and to realize, oh, I was going in the wrong direction. That wasn't actually good for me. I was just doing it because I got caught up in the other person's energy, or, other person's vision. And so it forced you to descend. The universe basically forced you to descend. And the reason, and it's funny, so we went from the 5 of Cups to now then the 6 of Cups. So we see progression here. I see progression. And again, with the 3 of Pentacles, and then the 4 of Pentacles also came out. So it looks like this progression needed to happen. So it's like taking these steps to get to where you want to go. So if you were or are having trouble with things that have happened to you, where again you're feeling that energy of what the fuck, universe, there's a reason, and they're trying to get you to see these are stepping stones for you, and it's giving you a chance to accept what has happened and love yourself through it, and to realize okay, this was divinely guided, this was meant to be. Again, with the energy of yesterday's reading, it was the walking away is divinely guided, even though walking away can be difficult sometimes, and painful and hurtful. But it was even if it means you're going to come back together with that person, or you're going to be opening yourself up to a new energy with someone else, it was divinely guided. It needed to happen in order to make the space, in order for you to then be available for your person, your actual person, your soulmate. Soulmates came up in yesterday's reading. So we see progress, ascension, which means just stepping stones. So the 6 of Cups, the reason that the thing that you were healing, letting go of, which is giving your energy over to things that maybe possibly doesn't serve you, is because that's what you learned in childhood. This is about things from the past, childhood. And now we have 3 more cards that are all cups. It has to do with our emotions. You're very empathetic. You're very compassionate. You feel other people's energies. So you naturally know what other people want. You naturally know how to meet other people's needs and care about other people. And you want to be helpful. And you really do care about other people. And so I get this is an adaptation, a survival skill you learned when you were a kid, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes it can be detrimental to us, which is what you probably learned. We learned, I say, because I can include myself in this. And so this Page of Cups to me means a younger adolescent or, childhood energy, a more immature way of going about something, people pleasing. And then we have the 3 of Cups, which is about coming together, celebrating, having fun. Again, getting your joy back, learning how to have fun. I'm going to just clarify this row, see if there's anything more. The 8 of Cups, walking away. When you realize that the joy is there, that's when the joy has been, it's no longer fun. That's when you walk away, which is fine. Sometimes, yes, it is fine. They're telling me, okay, it's not always fine. Yes, it's okay sometimes to do that. Oh, it's sucking the joy from me, or this is no longer fun, or whatever. That's okay sometimes when it is time to move on from something. However, there are times where you do have to commit to things and push through the not so fun things. Say you're in school and you're getting a degree, or, you're working to learn a new skill and it's pushing you in some way, for a job or something, or even self-development work, right? Learning how to put into practice those daily things, those, having difficult conversations with people, changing the way, you do things, with others in relationships. Those are things you have to push through. even when they're difficult. But in this instance, it feels like your emotions were an indication for you. Like, this doesn't feel right anymore. It's sucking my joy. I'm no longer passionate about it. And again, and we have the Five of Cups again. So you had to walk away from something that was once emotionally fulfilling for you. And it caused you to feel sad because you were still connected to it in a way. You were still, and again, I feel like there's this nostalgia that's showing up here with the Six of Cups. So it's something from the past. It was a familiar energy from the past that had some kind of nostalgia, whatever you're walking away from, whether it's a relationship, a job, a situation, a house, whatever it is. The Wheel of Fortune. But it was because it's time to move on. It's time to have the wheel turn. Good luck, good fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a 10. 10s are about completion. So a cycle is complete, and it's time to move on to a new chapter in your life where you're more mature. I just feel like this emotional maturity and moving on to a new phase and a completely brand new one that you're going to be in a completely different place, whether it's like physically or mentally, emotionally, or all of them. Maybe you move to a brand new place, that you didn't expect, or you're getting a brand new job, or you're starting a new venture, you're going to go traveling or something. I just feel there's just like doing things completely brand new because that's what you've been asking for. That's what you've been working towards is becoming this new you that is more emotionally mature. But I think this old aspect of you that's, the more child self was didn't realize oh, I thought I could still keep some of these feelings or relationships or people or ways of doing things and it was just, it hits you of oh, okay, I really can't do this anymore. I really can't see that person. It doesn't feel good to be around that person, or it doesn't feel good to be in this job anymore. It doesn't feel good to live here anymore, whatever it is. And again, there's just sadness there. It's sadness and loss, and you're actually allowing yourself to feel that grief, which is a good thing. You just want to move through it and not stay stuck in it, which is the Wheel of Fortune is helping. Justice, this is Libra, but it's balance. It's, again, things coming into balance, being brought into balance karmically. Ooh, and the Queen of Cups. See, yeah, emotional maturity. This is exactly what I was feeling. This is now you ascended into your emotional, mastery. It's like mastering this, your emotional maturity. That's all I can say. They're basically just telling me that I was right. Well, you know what I mean. I was feeling it, and it's coming out to back me up. Spirit's backing me up. The King, guess what? And this is from another deck. But guess who's coming out? The King of Cups. You know why you're going through this is to be your match, the soulmate match that I was feeling yesterday. I don't know if the King and Queen of Cups came out yesterday. I think it was the King and Queen of Wands that was the match that came out yesterday. But this is your emotional match, right? The person who's going to match you and who's also been through it and is also going through it. And yeah, it's your match. Okay, so I feel good about leaving it there. I want to get some cards on how we can help let go of all the things that we've talked about for this new moon and set new intentions, right? So I feel like a new practice of some sort may be good. So, I mean, not to say that you can't do things that you've been doing or that you've done in the past when it comes to new moon, setting intentions, rituals, practices, whatever it is you usually do. If you don't do anything, now is a good time to start. Oh, should I go that one? Ooh, no. Wow. No what? What are we saying no to? This flew out. So it says wait, postpone, pause, say no. So if you're thinking of a question, the answer is a clear, resounding no. But I want to get more on what this no is about, because that was very no. What was I talking about? I was talking about doing things. We're doing new things. So maybe, I don't know. Let's see. I want to see what this no is about. The Three of Wands. And the High Priestess. I'm going to get one more. So the Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to come in. the Nine of Wands. Waiting for your ships to come in. It's about waiting. It's about pausing. And the High Priestess is about, she's intuition, secrets, things being hidden. It's wisdom and guidance also, being guided by your intuition. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which is feeling like the wounded warrior, but it's about perseverance. What does this know about? Maybe it's saying don't do any new moon rituals. Starseed, what lights you up? What lights you up? It's saying, so it's about saying no to things that don't light you up. Again, it's going back to the emotional maturity thing about it's okay to say no to the things that don't feel good anymore because you're in touch with your emotions. So say no to anything that doesn't light you up and focus on what does light you up. It's as simple as that. I think it's also telling you that it can be simple. And that things are already coming in. Like you've already set intentions. You don't have to do like brand new. Maybe it was telling like you don't have to do brand new things because the ones that you've already been doing when coming from this energy of it's manifesting, things are already coming in. So maybe it is just like kind of taking care of yourself, listening to your intuition. I mean, this is definitely about listening to your intuition. So listen to your own guidance about what to do for this new moon. If you don't feel like you need to do anything, then don't. If you do, then do. But we also have awakening. So it's happening, and everyone's different. Everyone's body is different, but it says energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So listen to your body and what it needs during this time. But I do feel like some of you, and I know for myself too, like maybe you are in that place of like, I want to do something different or new, or you know, maybe it's integrating the old with the new, right? So it's still, ooh, that was fast, doing rituals and things and practices that you've done before, but integrating it in a new way, or you're just doing it in, you know, some kind of new is happening. So this is my moon deck. This one says collaboration brings more sweetness into my life and into the world. So it's asking you to collaborate. Or I think also setting intentions for new collaborations. And I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. This is what you're letting go of. Perhaps that's what was brought up in older collaborations that you had with people. And that's also what you're saying no to. It's like, I'm no longer accepting the critical thoughts towards my body, my worth, because that's what keeps you from being in that new energy. I trust the mystery of life, which is the High Priestess type energy. Also that you may not know everything. And I am ready, thank you. Trusting. This is very much this is Fool energy. The Fool is taking a leap of faith, trusting. So maybe it is telling you maybe you don't need to do anything new. But if you feel called, definitely do something, whether it's, I do feel there's this needing to let go of things and say no to the things. Maybe that's what it is you need to do. What makes you feel bad? What's been making you feel bad? What thoughts, you know, and journaling it out, writing it out, and asking to release it. I release this now, right? And then, and specifically, it most likely is like critical thoughts you're having of yourself and your worth, and knowing that the new is coming. I do feel like this Three of Wands is telling you, like, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to be really specific about what you're intending and the intentions you're setting, only because you already have things coming in that you've been planting and working on for a while. It's just been a matter of you getting there energetically in order to be able to receive it. So I said in yesterday's video about the new moon is also the dark moon. So it's meant to bring up shadows. We're meant to dive into our shadows. And that's what it's asking you to do, is like really look at, also with the collaboration card, it says collaboration brings more sweetness into my life and into the world. It's like, look at the type of people and the way that you collaborate with yourself and the type of people that you have collaborated with in the past or currently are, that you're maybe moving away from, and seeing like how that actually makes you feel, or like what types of collaborations you were allowing that maybe weren't good for you, that actually ended up making you feel worse about yourself. And so that includes like how you are manifesting with yourself, whether it's like you set intentions, but then you beat yourself down, or you tell yourself it's not possible, right? So letting go of that. Or it's, getting into partnerships with people who criticize you or judge you or tell you that like your ideas are stupid or they don't listen to you, something like that, or whatever, it doesn't make you feel good. So if you know what lights you up, or I feel like you diving into your shadow and looking at what you can say no to is going to then reveal what you're going to say yes to, or what lights you up. And then just allowing, like, again, with like the rest and this is just kind of really surrendering to, see how they're both really surrendering to these energetic upgrades, saying, yes, thank you, I'm ready to receive. And even yesterday, was it yesterday? Well, it was talking about heart. Yeah, I think it was like love and be loved, or something like that. The heart guardian card at the end was saying that. So today I feel really focus on what you're like saying no to. Like, I'm no longer doing this. And then just intend for the highest possible timeline to be shown to you in terms of opportunities, relationships, and people showing up into your life that match your new energetic vibration that you're going towards. And I think you already know what your goals have been when it comes to career or love or money, whatever. So those things are already in motion, and you don't have to do much to except let go and make space in order to receive. So if you have any questions, please email me, or you can DM me on Instagram at Bethany Empowers. Also, the link is below if you want to schedule a session. Once you pay, I will email you and we will schedule. I'll send you an email with my calendar so you can schedule the day and time. And yeah, please like and share. And thank you so much for following if you do. And if not, please follow. I really, truly appreciate it. And I love you guys so much. Happy new moon.